Hello, my name is Tony Litt. I'm the MD of Sunrise Radio, and it's my immense pleasure to bring you the official Sunrise Radio podcast. We are the #1 commercial Asian station in the United Kingdom, with many firsts to our name, and we continue to be the voice of British Asians who have given us their love and loyalty over 30 years. It's a legacy we cherish and a responsibility that we don't take lightly. Our aim has always been to entertain the listeners with the best of Bollywood and Bhangra, while also addressing their concerns. A real voice for the community, a vibrant community, and a great nation. We are proud to be British and Asian. This podcast is a compilation of some of the things we do on the station, with a stellar lineup of presenters who each have their own personality and style. It's entertaining, informative, engaging, and we hope you will enjoy it here as a podcast if you are unable to tune in to the radio. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your family and friends about this podcast. And do leave us a comment on what you think. We'd love to hear from you. All the best always. Team Sunrise.
The UK's biggest station mix. Sunrise Radio.
Hey, this is Ameet Chana here, and it's always a pleasure to have your company on the Sunrise Radio podcast. And this week's show has yet another special guest. Joining me on the line right now from wherever she is, Veronica, the very brilliant music artist, singer and songwriter, joins me right now. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you. How are you?
Good, I'm not bad at all. I'm enjoying the sunshine. Are you enjoying the sunshine, or are you one of those complainers?
Absolutely. No. Absolutely, I love the sun.
Oh, good. That's good to hear. I just keep meeting people that's going, it's too hot, isn't it? It's too hot, isn't it? I'm like, come on, man.
No.
It happens for like 12 days in a year. Just accept it for what it is.
Yeah.
Well, listen, first and foremost, congratulations on your brand new single, Don't Walk Away. We'll talk more about that in just a second. But as I just said, we spoke on my weeknight show a couple of months ago, and that was your foot back into the industry after a long time. How has things been since that release and this brand new one?
Oh, it's been absolutely amazing. It's just been so lovely and overwhelming to come back to the scene. So much support, so much love. It can always be a little bit scary, when you've been away from something, like, when you get back into a job, for example, you've been on mat leave or something, maybe people can relate there, and you go back and you always feel a little bit nervous about it. But when you do what you love, you just know that you are in the right place, and it's been an absolutely amazing response.
It was always the right place for you, Veronica, but like I said before, I weren't sure if your line was attached then or not. Real life gets in the way of, in my world, real life, as in being on camera and on screens and stage, and sometimes you have to make those sacrifices. Now, yours was, of course, partly due to ill health, but also you are a mother to 3 very beautiful children. So how is juggling all of that as well as making music? And like you just said, you're releasing music on your own label now, because the music industry has changed so much since you were last properly in it. Before, you had labels looking after you, PR machines doing all the work. There was no social media. How do you juggle all of those new responsibilities as well?
Oh, it's absolutely insane, if I'm honest. It's really difficult. Having 3 children, anyone who's got kids can just so relate. Having 3 and then trying to do the school runs and trying to work and trying to fit this celebrity bill, and then, like you said, I'm doing everything that a record label will do. We've set up our own record label now called Viz Pop Records, and you have to literally do everything from social media to being creative, to marketing, business plans, everything. So it's really tough. And I think at points I felt a little bit like like I'm just drowning. But like when you do what you love, I think you just find a way to make it work through the craziness.
It can be overwhelming because, like you said, you have so many different hats to wear as we get older. When we were young, we didn't have to worry about anything other than just kind of chasing our dreams and our passion and doing what we wanted to do. But like, this is the first single off your brand new label, like you said, Viz Pop. Is it Records or Viz Pop Music, did you say?
Yeah, Viz Pop Records.
Great.
Yeah, this is actually the second single. So Gone was the first one, so the second one.
Right, brilliant. And again, this is a whole new world for you, right? Because there's a business side of it that you probably didn't pay much attention to the last time round. I know you have a very supportive husband who's probably giving you a lot of help on that side of things as well. But like, let's talk about this brand new single then, because you've teamed up with Shin DCS, legend in the game, and of course your long-time collaborator Rishi Rich. How did that all come about?
So I was actually like, after the first single, Gone, I was thinking about, the next track, I want to do a duet. And it was actually my husband, Bobby, that said, do you know what? You should team up with Shin from DCS. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, that would be absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I've been a super fan for years. He has such a distinctive voice. He has like so many hits under his belt. And I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know. Do you think he'd want to like work with me and stuff? So we were like, well, there's no way to find out but then to ask. And we did. And you know what? He was open arms about it. And he was just so like loving and absolutely incredible to work with. Like having him in the studio, recording with him. I think Rishi and myself, we were just in awe because he's literally a one-take wonder. You know, you see some artists and they perform on stage live and you think, you know, maybe they're not such a great, you know, studio singer, session singer. But oh my gosh, he just blew us away.
Yeah, he was my first memory of, Rishi will tell you this as well, I think he was there when we used to work with Sanjay Sanjay from here at Sunrise Radio and his brother Amit. Shin came down from Birmingham with the record label Multitone. He was to sing Damada Mast Kalendar. He came in, he sung the whole song in one take to a rough backing track and then said, oh, can I just re-record the intro, which is like a shairi kind of like opener of Damada Mast Kalendar. Did that in one take and then left. It was like this kind of presence arrived, stuck around for an hour, gave us like showered us with his talent and then left. And so I can imagine how it was to have him in the studio as well. And one thing I do want to ask you, because we talk now about how different the industry is, back in the day when there were labels, it was more complicated to do collaborations, and it seems like it is a bit simpler now. You can simply reach out to the artist directly. Was it as straightforward as that?
Yes, honestly, it's such a weird thing. Like when you're, you know, with record companies, you're behind all these layers. You don't fully know what's going on. And, you know, the people sitting up in the, you know, director's chair are literally telling you what can be done and what can't be done. And the beauty now about, you know, having your own label is you have 100% creativity. And you just have, like you're saying, it's this time now, this weird time where artists are feeling like, you know what, actually, there's no sort of barrier there. Let me just reach out. Let me just see, you know, what happens. And it's amazing what is on the other side.
It is, right? Because a lot of people thought that losing the support of all of that kind of network and that kind of those pillars, the labels that do all the work for you was going to be a difficult thing. But it feels like now there's more surprising collaborations happen because that red tape has all been removed. And I think that's wicked because labels had a lot of egos in the way as well. And now artists seem to not have those egos and just be willing to work with each other. And speaking of which, did you co-write the song together with Shin and Rishi, or was it one of your songs and then Shin came in and added to it? How did that work?
So what happened was Rishi and I worked on the production first and we worked on the composition. Then I actually penciled down my English lyrics and then I spoke to Shin about it and I said, look, this is the vibe. Have a listen. This is the melody. See if you can write something to it. And, you know, just give me a shout and tell me like how you get on. And literally... He sent me a voice note with these the lyrics that he's done, and I was like, "Wow, he smashed it." That's it, and that's how it all. It's all like come together so beautifully. And the thing I was kind of a little bit skeptical about was because his tone is like it's a very sharp tone, and obviously I have a very soft, warm, and like soulful sound. So I was like, "Oh, I'm not sure how this will work." But he, you know, he's so skillful that he was able to manipulate his tone. And we were just able to make it sound like, you know, just marries together. It's beautiful. I
think that's the perfect word for it. They do marry beautifully, both your voices, and of course with Rishi's production. Veronica, I know you've got lots on. You're performing at the Milton Keynes Miller tomorrow as well, is that right?
Yes, that's right, yes.
Amazing.
And also I'm doing Newcastle Miller as well at the end of the month.
It's so good to be back on track and see you out and about doing what you were definitely born to do, Veronica. It's always a pleasure to speak to you and always great to hear new music from you. We'll keep talking. We'll keep wanting more music from you. But right now, why don't you introduce your brand new song for us?
Well, hey guys, I am so proud to introduce my brand new single. It's called Don't Walk Away. It's with the legendary vocalist Shin from DCS and music none other than Rishi Rich.
Hey, take care, Veronica. All the very best. Hope it all goes well at Milton Keynes Mela tomorrow in Newcastle. And of course,
Thank
we can
you.
find you on your social media platforms, which is...
Veronica Music.
There you go.
On Instagram and Veronica Music TV on YouTube.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Give my love to the family and God bless
Thank
and
you.
good luck with this one. We'll speak soon.
Thank you. Lots of love.
Be sure to tune in to me, Ameet Chana, weeknights, Monday to Thursday from 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 4 p.m. for the Bhangra Showdown.
The UK's biggest station mix. Sunrise Radio.
You are tuned to the Love Lounge with the Love Doctor. How y'all doing? Hope you are good. Let's do this. There we go.
Calling all singles. Are you ready to get flirty at 8:30? Message the studio now and let the Love Doctor of Sunrise help you find love.
That's right. I'm the Love Doctor, ready to help someone, a lovely soul right now. Join me and we're going to help her find love. So welcome to the show, Hema. How you doing?
Not too bad, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the show. I know you were saying you were a little bit nervous, but I promise you in about 20 seconds you're going to feel absolutely fine. So first things first, of course, Flirty 8:30 is all about putting you out there and see if we can find your soulmate. I'm still hoping for Sunrise's first ever wedding. So before we do anything else, just tell everyone a little bit about you. What's your name, where you're from, and you can give an approximate location if you don't want to say exactly. Tell everyone your approximate age and whatever else you want to share.
Sure. So my name is Hannah. I live in Northwest London. I'm originally from Kenya. I've been here for a few years now, so I'm an in-betweener between Kenya and London. I call both of them as home.
Oh, you call both of them as home. That's nice.
Yeah.
Ah, that's lovely. Do you know what? I've never been to Kenya, but one day I would love to go. And I definitely want to do a safari in Tanzania as well, because that's where my dad was born. My mum was from Uganda, but my dad was from Tanzania. But definitely on my bucket list.
I definitely it's worth doing.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. So how this works, very simple. I'm going to ask you 5 questions about you. Just be honest, have fun with the answer. And let's see if it happens to be anyone listening, or maybe someone is listening and they know of someone who would be perfect for you. Oh, forgot to ask, your approximate age. Again, you don't have to tell everyone exactly how old you are, how young you are, should I say? How young you are.
I'm very young. I'm mid-40s.
Lovely. Right, perfect. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty and ask you these cool questions. Are you ready?
Yeah, I am. Things are very easy, okay?
Oh, they're very easy, honestly. I promise you that. Okay, so first question. How would your best friends describe you? So I don't want you to tell me about yourself. If your best mate was standing next to you right now, how would they describe you?
I would say that I'm very organized. And everyone thinks I'm a clean freak, and that cleaning is my hobby because I do like a nuclear place. So that they always think that my cleaning is my hobby. And which is a bit, I like clean stuff, so I need to make it clean. It's not going to happen automatically, right?
Gotcha. So you're a bit like Monica from Friends, that type of thing.
I have been referred to as Monica from Friends, yes.
Nice. Glad to hear it.
Yes, and I think the other thing I would say, when I'm in my element, I can be quite loud, and people can hear me before they see me. And so I have that tendency, like I'm like, oh yeah, fully like from the gym, like, oh yeah, I know you're in the gym because I can hear you before I see you. And I think lastly it would be, it depends on person's perspective, right? So some people say my laugh is infectious. Some people say it's like an evil laugh, like the devil laugh. I like never take it as you want. I laugh heartily when I find something funny.
Well, let us be the judge of that. I'll try and make you laugh in a little while. Let's see what kind of laugh you've got.
Okay, that's putting me to the test. That was not a test.
Lovely jubbly. Okay, cool. Anything else?
No, I think that's about pretty much summary version is.
Cool. I like that. I think that's been very, very, very clear and very helpful. Okay, cool. No worries. Question number 2. How do you like when you meet someone that you genuinely have a romantic affiliation for, you get along really well? How do you like to show your affection to the one that you do like? So, often if it's the other way around, if it's a guy I'm speaking to, often they might answer chocolates and flowers, but I think that's a bit boring. I want to know specifically what's unique to you. So, in the past, but just generally conceptually right now, if you were to meet someone through this, how would you show your love and affection to them?
I think the way it would refer to my kind of love language would be active service.
Okay.
I'll do something that means something to that person. I'll give them my quality time. I would give them my undivided attention. I'll be there for them when they need me, or just hang out, just have a good time.
Okay, give me an example though. Specifically, give me an example. Like when you say like quality time, doing something that means something to them. What could that look like?
Right. Okay. For example, this is I think probably most men can relate to. Like if they're watching, I would not watch the Premier League games because I'm not that interested. But it was a World Cup. If they wanted time to I'm going to go watch the World Cup, I would have fine. That's fine. I'll come watch the game with you because it's something that the person likes. And I'll join them in that because that's something they appreciate. I'll make an effort to understand the game, talk about the football rules, etc. If it makes sense.
Perfect, yeah. So I love that. So if he's into football, for example, you would sit down and watch it with him.
Yeah, definitely. I'll make an effort. I would not do a lot of commentary because I wouldn't be doing the game any justice.
Yeah, I completely understand though. To be honest, I'm not into footy either, so but I get it. Yeah, sometimes obviously if it's important to people that's close to me, then I'll sit there and watch it with them. Cool, I like that. Really good answers, by the way. All right, question 3. You decide to sweep your date off their feet by taking them to a surprise location. So where would you take them? If you wanted to really surprise someone, what is it that you would do? Now, I'll give you an example. It may not necessarily be this. It may be this, but, someone recently said maybe like taking them for a pottery class or something like that. What would you do?
Okay. I have recently, not recently, but I like hiking quite a bit. So nice. I would go to Lake District. There's a place called Flirty in Kazakh. It's a very beautiful viewpoint where you can see the entire city from there. So
where's that? You're not talking about the UK, right?
I'm talking about the UK, Lake District.
Oh, the Lake District. I beg your pardon. Sorry, I missed that. Right, okay, cool. Yep.
There's a place called Latrig, Latritt. So when you climb up Latrig, you can see the entire town of Kazakh. And it's a very beautiful spot, so I'd have a picnic there with the person I am with.
Nice. Okay, cool. I think I got the word that you said. All right, okay, cool, but I'll write it down anyway. But I've been to Lake District before and I absolutely love it. So yeah, very good choice. I love that. That's beautiful. All right, question 4, penultimate question. If you had to serenade your date, what song would you sing to them to win their affections?
I would not sing it. I'd play it.
No. This is a song that you would sing.
Well, okay. Now, I think my all-time favorite would be Truly, Madly, Deeply by Savage Garden.
Truly, Madly, Deeply by... Who is it by?
The Savage Garden.
Oh, yes, of course. I know which one you mean. Yes, yeah. Good. Good one.
Yeah, that would be my top one. And if you want to go Bollywood-wise, I would do Man Mary Jaan by King and Nick.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. That's a very good choice as well. But very lovely choices, both of them. I love that. Wow. You see, this is the thing, though. You'd have to sing it, right? You can't just play it. It's so much more special when it's sung, even if it's sung out of tune, right?
Yes, I'll have to practice it first then.
Yeah. All right, cool. And last but not least, what would he need to do to win over your heart? So what's something that from his perspective he needs to do to show his love and affection to you?
I would say I think the issues I've had is people being flaky, like not committing to a time. I totally understand people have thousands of things to do, but if you tell me I'm going to meet you tomorrow at XYZ time. I would want the person to be there on time and, make the time for me. And whatever hour or 2 hours that you're going to give to me is undivided attention. So I don't want you to need to be the last 7 days a week. I need some quality time, and it's my time to make good memories and take it from there.
Love it. See, I love the fact that you've actually kind of just been talking about the real stuff. Like, you didn't say anything expensive or crazy or anything, but just the real stuff. And I love that, Hema. So listen, I'm just going to do a really quick recap of everything you said. Okay, so you're, of course, Hema, you're in your mid-40s, you're from Northwest London, but you also spend a lot of time in Kenya. But you call both places your home. I absolutely love that, by the way. And then, right, the 5 questions. So the first one is, how would your best friends describe you? You said organised, a bit of a clean freak. And you're quite loud that people can hear you before they see you, and you've got a very infectious laugh. Question 2, how do you like to show your affection to the one you've got feelings for? And you said that you like, for example, that your love languages are acts of service and quality time and doing something that means something. Like, for example, if they like football, then you'd sit down and enjoy it with them, even though you're not into it yourself. Love that. Question 3, how would you sweep them off their feet and where would you take them? And you said maybe something like hiking in the Lake District, a view called Lafric. And apparently you could see like amazing views from up there. And I'm sure I've been there. I just probably don't recall the name. Question 4, if you were to serenade your date, what song would you sing? And you mentioned 2 particular songs, an English one, Truly Madly Deeply by Savage Garden, and then Man Mani Jaan from King. I love that as well. And last but not least, what would he need to do to win over your heart? And you said something beautiful as well, which is very simple. Just make time, not be flaky, and do what they say they're going to do to make memories with you. Does that kind of sum it all up?
Yep, very well. Am I right?
See, I'm a good listener. Not too shabby, am I? Not too shabby at all. Well, listen, to all the guys out there, I say, this is the lovely Hema. She sounds incredible. And if you are listening to this right now, you're a gentleman roughly in your sort of mid-40s as well, and you like the sound of Hema, and you'd love me to connect you both, then drop me a WhatsApp on 07925 700 272. I can obviously put you both in touch, and you go from there. Hema, do you like the sound of that?
Yes, I do.
And if it's okay with you, Hema, then we're going to add this to the podcast as well. So that if someone isn't listening today, but maybe they might hear it later on, they also might still get in touch and want to connect with you. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine. No problem.
Lovely. Well, Hema, you have been an outstanding guest. Was that pretty painless, right?
It was, yes.
See, you're not nervous anymore, are you?
No, I'm not.
Well, listen, from me, though, thank you so much for being so brave, coming on air and just having a bit of fun with me and seeing what the universe may have in store for you. So, listen, thank you so much again, Hema. I hope you've enjoyed.
Thanks very much.
God bless you. Take care, my darling.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is how we do on Flirty at 8:30.
Catch our love guru, Amit Sodha, between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. every Sunday for that chill out zone.